Well, Elliott's bold predictions for the 2016 season. How about they continue? You
Let's
ready
do
to roll?
this.
All right, NFC South,
good
and
idea.
we'll start in the capital of the South. That's Atlanta, Georgia. What you got with those Falcons, my man?
Man, I got the Falcons being last in the NFC South, and that is something they haven't been last in a long time.
This is bold predictions,
Joey
though,
Harrington
so,
was
okay.
playing quarterback last time these guys were last. But I'm just looking at the rest of that division, and you know, first of all, you have Carolina. I don't think Atlanta is taking over Carolina. Okay, I think Tampa Bay is going to be a lot better this season. And then the Saints had a really good draft, albeit a small draft class, and I still think the Saints have the advantage at the quarterback position, which is really important, and they're going to have a big-time breakout player, which we'll get to in a second. But all that, to me, plus the schedule, Atlanta, fourth in the NFC South.
They have the toughest schedule, but what do you think Atlanta did that didn't really compete with the division?
Well, I mean, I know people are excited about Mohamed Sanu. I just, you know, okay, maybe, you know, I look at Tampa Bay, I look at New Orleans, I look at Carolina. I just think they're going to be stronger teams. They may finish third if the Saints defense falls flat again, but I think the Saints are slowly getting it turned around. Question is, will they get it turned around in time for Drew Brees?
So about this prediction by Elliott Harrison, it's not that crazy to me. It's not that bold. Right now I had them finishing in third. But the main reason I have them finishing in third is because, like he said, man, it's I don't trust the Saints defense right now. If the Saints defense was better, then I would probably have Atlanta in last. But Atlanta's defense, man, they're trying to get it right under Dan Quinn, but I don't trust the lack of a pass rush. They really did nothing to address that issue. I mean, you signed Derek Shelby, who to me is a better run stopper than he is pass rusher, and he's probably not going to start. Their secondary still doesn't have any ball hawks. Desmond Trufant is a great corner, don't get me wrong, but he's not a ball hawk. He's not going to never get you a lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers, a lot of takeaways, and that's what separates the best teams and the good teams from the bad teams is takeaways and turnover differential. Offensively, I'm not a big fan of the Mohamed Sanu signing. To me, he's a better quarterback than he is a wide receiver. And they don't really have anything but Julio and Freeman. Freeman's good. He's perfect for that Kyle Shanahan offense. But the flip side of that is it hurts their quarterback and it hurts their offensive in the passing game because Matt Ryan is really struggling. The addition of Alex Mack should help some of their turnovers they had because they did have a lot of bad snaps last year. But Matt Ryan is a guy who needs a lot of weapons. The best year we've seen out of Matt Ryan, 2012, he had Roddy in his prime, young Julio, and Tony Gonzalez. And I just don't see those kind of weapons in Atlanta right now. So, to me, I have them right now in third. If the Saints defense plays better, they can be in last.
Bold prediction for the Panthers.
All right, Carolina Panthers, I have losing 6 games this year. They went 15-1 last year. I say 10-6. Let's take a look at their schedule.
Some tough games on that
they
schedule.
can lose week 1, Chris. I know Denver's probably going to start Mark Sanchez in that game. That's my thought there. That's, by the way, a bold prediction for the Broncos. I think Sanchez starts the whole year.
Extra.
Minnesota, that could easily be a loss. You're always going to lose a game in your division. Carolina, they lost at Atlanta last year. The Saints played them tough twice. One of those games was with Luke McCown at quarterback. I wish I could talk normal during this segment. How about the Cardinals? That is another potential loss. Kansas City, another tough game at Oakland. That's not going to be an easy game. Flying across the coast against a very good offense.
Then back-to-back against Seattle.
I don't know about their pass rush, and they just lost Josh Norman. I could see Carolina going 10-6.
But they still win the division.
Okay, speaking of the division, let's stay.
As far as this prediction right here, 10-6. Thinking we lose at least 6 games and finish 10-6. I disagree with it. I do feel like, of course, we're gonna win the division. It's our division. We run this division. But I don't think we're gonna lose 6 games. I think the biggest thing Elliott Harrison is overlooking or failing to realize, and a lot of fans is failing to realize, is we don't lose at home, man. We haven't lost at home since maybe November of 2014. We just don't lose at home, man. And a lot of people didn't look at it. We won our final, last 4 games of the 2014 season. So us winning is something that's been in a foundation. We have a foundation of winning and definitely winning at home. So I think a lot of those tough games that are at home, we will win out. I don't think we're gonna go undefeated or 15-1. No, I'm not that. I'm not that guy. I'm not that fan. But I think we're gonna go 13-3, 12-4. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna lose 5 games at the very most, but definitely not 6. Like I said, us being at home makes a difference in a lot of games. And some of those games, like the Vikings game that he was talking about, you have to realize we're good at stopping bigger backs. I don't think Adrian Peterson has ever really had more than
in it. Yeah. And let's talk about those New Orleans Saints. You said you had a bold prediction when it came to a guy who catches some passes.
Yeah, bold prediction. I talk about Brandon Cook's breakout season without stuttering.
The Archer?
At all. The Archer. 1,500 yards. 1,500. You going to do it?
Nice.
I actually let go of this. You're supposed to let go of the arrow.
I tell you what.
I'll let Brandon Cooks do it.
If you play fantasy, Aaron, I know you play fantasy. I tell you, Cole doesn't. Well, Cole says he plays. If you call his team,
well, if you call winning championships playing, it's not really a game.
All the time. I don't know.
I would take Brandon Cooks farther than, or higher up than you expect. I see him having over 1,500 yards. Number one, he was fantastic last year. Number two, he's developing as a player. I mean, this is a young guy. Number three, we had Drew Brees on a few weeks ago. He gushed. He gushed when he talked about Brandon Cooks. And number four, we keep mentioning that defense. How many track meets are the Saints going to be in this year where they have to put up points? That's their number one receiver. I think 1,500 yards for Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, and, Sean Payton will be creative on that side of the ball. He'll move him around to a lot of different positions. He'll put him at the slot. He'll put him at the X. Just create opportunities for him in the passing game, Drew Brees. They've got that connection going on. I like Brandon Cooks going over 1,500 yards.
All right,
All right, this one, 1,500 yards. I'm gonna agree with that one. Cooks had 1,100 last year. Marcus Colston is gone. You have him and Brandon Coleman and Willie Snead and all these other guys. Man, I'm not gonna doubt that one. With Drew Brees, anything can happen as far as his weapons, man. So I'm not gonna knock that one, man. So that one, Brandon Cooks getting 1,500 yards, I'll give Elliott Harrison that one.
Moving on to the Bucks, let me give you this really exciting stat. The Bucks have finished last in the division for 5 straight years. So they're winning the division, right?
No, I couldn't go that far, but I'm saying that Dirk Cutter will win as many games in 1 year as Lovie Smith 1 and 2.
I don't know about better. I'm going to say if they finish 8-8. I've been thinking about it. I have the Bucks going in second place. I have them finishing 8-8. I mean, they could go 9-7, but my whole thing is if you got us finishing 10-6, you really think they're gonna be that close to us? I just don't see it. But yeah, the Bucks really can finish anywhere from 7-9 to 9-7 in my opinion. But I do think they finish in second place. So I guess I'm kind of agreeing with Elliott Harrison, but kind of not at the same time. But yeah, I think Bucks better than 8-8. I'm not sure. 8-8, I definitely can see maybe right under that. So that's my prediction for the Bucks. T-Money Production.
No telling what I'm finna be on.